I'm Solari, High Priestess of the Open Gate, multi-dimensional healer and teacher. I'm also the author of the book, The Sacred Undoing, available now on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. And I want to take a moment to come on YouTube and share a little bit about what it means to me to be a priestess, why I took on this title, how I embody it within my movement going forward into the world. So I actually come from a line of highly spiritual people. My aunt on my mother's side is a pastor who ran a small church out here in Texas, in a little town between Houston and San Antonio. And from her, I really learned how to speak to people about my passion and understanding of spirit and of God, and how to connect with the community, and how to hold sacred space for people who are suffering, people who are celebrating, and in all walks of life. And so from that path and that lesson that I've learned from her, I decided to become an ordained minister a number of years ago, officiating over life's most important moments, weddings, baptisms, and funerals. And I've had the pleasure of working with wonderful people who have taught me so much about the meaning of ceremony in our lives. And so throughout that process, I had been using the title reverend or minister, something that's familiar to people. I also know a lot about the Bible. I was raised Christian. My given name is Christ in, actually spelled Kristen. And so I spend a lot of time talking all things spirituality and religion. So the Bible's not the only thing I've read. In my journey, I've been led to read many different texts, right? So I've read the Quran, I've read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, I've read the Enuma Elish, I've read the Bhagavad Gita, and many other sacred readings and scrolls and things that have been passed on from the ancients to depart wisdom on us. So why have I chosen priestess? And let's first look at what this really means and what it means to me as a function of what I'm doing in this earth plane and on my mission. So a priestess for me is a divine feminine leader, a divine feminine spiritual leader who is awakened to her purpose and mission and is fully embodying it, living it in her day-to-day to complete her work, right? So that's what it means to be. In short, it's being a spiritual leader. I could use the title reverend or minister, continue using that. However, at this point, as I've evolved in the work that I do, it doesn't any longer feel quite applicable to me. So priestess is something that feels quite natural, and I believe really shows the reflection of the responsibility I have. The role is in service to others and to hold that sacred space and continue that kind of container while leading a movement. So as a pastor leads a flock, right? I'm not a pastor, I'm leading a movement. And so this is what the priestess does. She represents certain codes. She resonates in a particular way, and she brings a knowledge and an understanding that is to be shared. Excuse me, for those who are wanting this type of experience within themselves and awakening and understanding of their own gifts and their own meaning and how we can apply them here. So I took on the title of priestess, also the name Serafina Valen Solari, in a sacred transmission during a ceremony that I had received. And stepping into these roles have allowed my consciousness to expand and the work that I'm doing so that I can function on the plane required to deliver the work that I am meant to in my highest timeline. And so to leave an ending note here, I just want to also express that any kind of title that I use or something that I adopt, it's purely earth-based. It's a way to make tangible and to translate into the 3D for people to understand the frequency that I vibrate. And if anything, you will find, though I hold the title of High Priestess because I do have initiates who are working through this process under me to become priest and priestess throughout the Order of the Open Gate, it's something that I hold very humbly. There was a time in my life where I really didn't think very much of myself. And so stepping into this title is a huge thing for me. And I'm so grateful that you're here to witness it with me and the work that I'm doing. And also so grateful for those of you who want to learn for yourselves and who want to reclaim your own priest or priestess. I'm not here to have followers. I'm not here to have the hierarchy of people under me. I'm here to ignite, awaken, and initiate those of you who are spiritual leaders as well, those of you who are your own priests and priestesses. So we awaken your codes, we put you back into your soul alignment, we collapse the false identities that were placed around you, and we put you forward out into this life fully aligned with how you are to be functioning and the message that you are to be leading and bringing here. You don't continue my message through the Order of the Open Gate. All you have is me and my support behind you to know that this is something you can fully build, to go then from there on your own, represent yourself fully in this earth plane, whether it be through just your day-to-day walk, or if you decide to take on different missions or begin a business, or however you want to manifest your heaven on earth. Right? Because that's the idea. What we're trying to do really is get us to a state where we live a life that the noise is turned down and that your truth is completely turned up. And that's what the work in the Sacred Undoing is about. That's why I am the priestess of this movement, leading this, and I'm here for anyone who feels this resonating within themselves, who seem to remember the things that I'm saying, and maybe even the tone of my voice. These types of things are the messages that I'm bringing to you. The reason you're watching this is because you're meant to find it. You've written it into your blueprint. You have access to me and to this information. And so now it's your decision if you would like to step into it, right? And step into another timeline. And it can be scary, but I'm here for you for that, and we can talk about it, because the number one thing is that you don't have to stay stuck where you are. So please be sure to reach out to me. I have plenty of information on my website, many different ways to work with me. If you would like to just have a taste of the experience, you can have a 1-hour Solari Reiki session with me. It is a signature energy healing session with me in my chamber here at Soul Gate. It is a private sanctuary in Sugar Land, Texas. We can also do this virtually as well. I have clients who absolutely love my virtual sessions. They can have access to me right away in the palm of their hand, wherever they happen to be. They can relax and receive the same exact transmissions because energy knows no time and space. So this is why this still remains very effective. I also offer high-touch priestess mentorship containers, right? So if you really want to go on a walk with me from 4 to 6 months, let's say, we can work together. This is for people who are really wanting to scale a business, build a business. They're wanting to step into a new leadership role within their community. They want to be a better parent, right? And they want to show up better for their family, maybe be a better son, daughter, husband, wife, what have you. So that's something that I offer in a container for us to work together. And these offerings are transformational. They are investments that are going to absolutely change your life. One thing I do is I deliver results. Spend just a few minutes with me and you will feel the effect, okay? If you're interested, reach out for a free consultation. My information is listed on all of my socials and my website.